So it's November, end of biking season, maybe the last really nice day today. So I was out biking before the rain starts around here, hitting these big jumps. It was pretty good. But it's got me thinking, I mean, it was a bit of a genius move to put in a bike park while being home from work all summer. But it looks like I'm going to be home from work all winter. I'm getting a little worried. What am I going to do? Ski hills might be closed or pretty hard to get to. So I'm thinking for my Christmas present, maybe a little home snowmaking machine would be pretty cool. I talked to my wife about it, but she's a bit of a killjoy and nixed the idea. But I think I can wear her down. So there's a bridge in Seattle with a huge sculpture of a troll underneath the bridge. It's called the Fremont Troll. And I got thinking, since I built this pretty cool bike bridge, I'd love to decorate it with a troll underneath. So I think I'm going to add that to my Christmas list. Get a miniature Fremont troll and stick it under my bridge. We'll see if anyone bites on that in my family. The next item is one where I kind of got down a rabbit hole while shopping on the internet. And if you're looking for trolls, you find gnomes as well. And I thought, So I got this idea for one of my other centerpiece trails that is right in the front driveway. And I'm thinking I could get a Trump gnome and a Biden gnome. Now, I have been able to find the Trump gnome, but I can't find the Biden gnome. I'm a little upset with the Etsy folks. They obviously weren't anticipating, Biden being very popular. So hopefully they'll crank out a gnome here shortly. But if not, I'll do product substitution and swap in a different gnome. And what I was thinking is put gnomes on each side of the trail. I'll line it with, Biden and Trump signs on both sides, and I'm going to call it the campaign trail because it's my sketchiest trail. What I found even more surprising on the internet is that there's a market for an Americanized version of the David sculpture. People put this in their yard, I guess. I can't find a Biden gnome, but you can get one of these. So the next item that I'm really looking for this Christmas is more tools. And I know it's strange, I'm like 50 years old almost, and I have a lot of tools, but I don't have a lot of red tools. You can kind of see the scattering of good old red tools in the garage, but they're not mine, my boys, and I've been borrowing them, and I'm feeling like perhaps I should have my own. I'm feeling kind of second class here. Check out the charger. This is the kind of stuff that my boys have. So I'm thinking I'll get myself some red tools for Christmas. I do have some yellow ones, but I've buried them in the bottom of my toolboxes because I don't want to get mocked by my kids. They don't really take well to people with yellow tools. Tool snobs, I guess. So my favorite tool to borrow from my boys is their Sawzall with a large pruning blade. Yeah, it's handy. I think it's going to go into my emergency pack in case there's any sort of amputations that are needed when we're out hiking. This thing would do it. So I got thinking that maybe my sister and brother-in-law could get me a red tool for Christmas, something like this. I'm a little worried about asking them, though, because they're from Phoenix and they're mixing up their colors lately. I might ask for a red tool and get a blue one or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. Another item I've been thinking about adding to my Christmas list is a new camera, because the camera I'm using for filming isn't all that great, as you probably have noticed. but I don't really want to wait for Christmas. Black Friday's coming up, so I thought maybe I would grab one then. And I'm going to use a really cool new way of paying for it. A lot of kids these days use a GoFundMe, and I'm going to use this new concept called GoFund Myself, and I'm going to go buy a camera by myself. So maybe there'll be better footage in a week or so. You aren't supposed to just spend all your time thinking about what you want for Christmas, so I have been thinking about maybe getting stuff for my wife, and what would that be? And I got this idea that maybe I should get her a harness and some rope. And I'm looking at 100 feet of rope, so I could put a harness on for when she's doing something crazy and tie her off to a tree or a rock or something like that. And then that would let me film the chaos, and then I can retrieve her later at any point. So, but I don't think that would qualify as a Christmas present. After 28 years of marriage, I've learned that sometimes what you consider to be a present is not what your spouse considers to be a present. And I don't think she would consider a harness and rope to be a present. Probably falls into the safety gear. So I'll have to share my GoFund Myself account with that as well.